Good evening, everyone. We'd like to welcome you all to October 23rd, 2025 City of Leesburg Planning Commission. Mr. Ted, would you do the invocation followed by the pledge of allegiance, please?
Let us pray. Dear Lord, as we undertake the business of the city of Leesburg, we pray that the decisions we make here today will be pleasing in your sight. Pray this in our most holy name. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we get into the rules of participation, we have a new commissioner here. We'd like to get him sworn in. Mr. Brandon, please.
Need the commissioner to turn his mic on, please.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will support, protect, and defend the Constitution and the government of the United States and the state of Florida, that you are duly qualified to hold office under the Constitution of the state, and that you will well and faithfully perform the duties of the planning commission of which you are about to enter, so help you God?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. And Mr. Miller.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just wanted to say welcome to Commissioner Robertson. He lives in Lake Denham subdivision in the city, works in the insurance industry, as we talked about. So thank you, sir.
Welcome, sir.
And let's see, have we done the minutes yet, Mr. Chairman?
No, we have not. You guys have read the minutes from the last meeting. I entertain a motion.
I can't do it because I wasn't here.
If you have the opportunity to review the minutes and they appear correct, then I would still like your vote, please.
Yes, ma'am.
I make a motion we approve the minutes from the last meeting.
It's been motion properly second. I said it has been second.
Oh.
Yes. If there are no questions, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed to say. Motion carried, Mr. Brand. Now we go to Mr. Miller with the rules.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
Welcome, everyone, to the October 23, 2025 City of Leesburg Planning Commission meeting. My name is Dan Miller, Planning and Zoning Director for the city. Staff here today includes my Executive Assistant, Sabrina Mitchell, to my left, Deputy Director Candy Harper, Senior Planner Diane Yeckel, and Senior Planner Max Van Allen, along with City Attorney Jennifer Koch. Today's agenda and the speaker's registry is available on the table by the exit door. If you'd like to speak on a case, we ask that you would please sign the speaker's registry and turn it into Sabrina here on my left. Under the rules of participation, the meeting is conducted under the following process. Chairman will announce each case. The staff will then present exhibits for the record. This on the screens here, this will include maps, photos, and text. Staff will provide a case background and descriptive information and then read a recommendation into the record. The applicant will have the opportunity to speak on the case. The public will then have time for comments. The applicant will have an opportunity to respond. The chairman will then close the case to the public. The commission will discuss the case, and the commission will then vote on the case and then call for the next case on the agenda. The Planning Commission is made up of citizens who are appointed by the city condition and are charged with two primary functions. The first is to make final decisions on cases such as variances and conditional uses, and the second is to make recommendations for issues to be heard by the city commission. The city staff does provide recommendations to the Planning Commission based on the city's comprehensive plan, the city's land development regulations, and state of Florida statutes. There are 4 cases on today's agenda. 2 of those cases, the Dominium Apartments small-scale comp plan and PUD zoning, have been requested to be held by the applicant to allow them time to revise the site plan and make some changes to their parking. We will be asking to hold them to the next meeting first up, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
The remaining two cases on today's agenda will receive recommendations by the Planning Commission, and those recommendations will be forwarded to the City Commission for the final decision. There will be tentative dates. There are tentative dates on today's agenda for those City Commission hearings. They're listed in bold on the agenda. Please note those dates are subject to be changed, so we ask that you would check with planning and zoning staff or the city clerk's office regarding final dates. And finally, on behalf of the City of Leesburg Planning staff and the City of Leesburg Planning Commission, we'd like to thank you for your participation in today's public hearing process. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, sir. We'll start with our old business of the public hearing case number SSCP 25-1269.
Swear in. We need to swear.
Yes. Ms. Sabrina.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Now we'll start with our old business of the public hearing case number SSCP-25-1269. And since we're postponing that, we'll entertain a motion
Yes, sir,
to
Mr.
postpone it, sir.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. On public hearing case SSCP 25-1269, I move that we postpone this meeting until the November meeting.
It's been motion and second. Are there any further questions? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed do the same. The motion carried. And we'll go right down with the second one that's been postponed, which is public hearing case number PUD-25-1270.
Might as well keep on, hadn't we?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman, on public hearing case PUD 25-1270, I move that we postpone this until the November meeting on the 10th.
It has been motion and properly second. Are there any further questions? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed do the same. Mr. Miller?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yes.
Just for the record, the Dominion Apartment Project did request to place this on hold to the November meeting to allow them time to revise the site plan based on feedback from FDOT and to make site plan revisions based on the parking requirements of the City of Leesburg.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay, into our new business. Public hearing case number VAR-25-714, Leesburg Boat Club variance. Mr. Miller.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Earlier this year, members of the Leesburg Boat Club did approach the city manager and planning and zoning staff to request review for placing a large flagpole on the property on the south side of Venetian Park near the current volleyball courts. The request is for a larger flagpole to carry the American flag. It will be on city property, and the boat club members were ready to work with the city in the cost of erection of the pole. They're actually paying for the erection of the pole. Senior planner Max Van Allen will be presenting the standard exhibits at this time, which include the aerials, zoning, future land use, surrounding land use, wetlands, flood zone, CRA commission district, and some design exhibits.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. The extended aerial shows the subject property south of East Dixie Avenue and on Lake Harris. The aerial shows the subject property east of Venetian Park Drive and Lakeshore Drive and directly south of East Dixie Avenue. The current zoning is P Public and is surrounded by P Public to the north and west, R1A to the west and south, R2 to the west and north, R1 to the west, RP and SPUD to the north, C2, R3, and PUD to the east. The future land use is recreation and is surrounded by recreation and transitional to the west, estate and low density to the west and south, downtown mixed use to the north, institutional to the northeast, conservation, general commercial, and neighborhood mixed use to the east. The proposed flagpole location is off of East Lake Harris Drive, directly west of Lake Harris. It is shown in pink on this image. Surrounding land uses include residential to the northwest, east, and south, medical to the north and east, public to the west, commercial, office, and hospital to the north, and state of Florida to the south. The subject property does have flood zone AE present throughout, though the proposed variance location is not within the flood zone. There are also wetlands present, but the variance location is also not within any wetlands. The property is within Commission District 5. The subject property is directly south of the Greater Leesburg CRA. Signs were posted on October 10th, 2025. The top image is a close-up of the sign from East Lake Harris Drive. The bottom image is looking north along the subject property from East Lake Harris Drive. The top image is looking east across the subject property from East Lake Harris Drive. The bottom image is looking south along the subject property from East Lake Harris Drive. And finally, looking west across East Lake Harris Drive from the subject property. That's all I have, Mr. Miller.
Thank you, Ms. Van Allen. Under the departmental review summary, the project was sent out to all Lake County departments, City of Leesburg departments, and the school board. There were no substantive comments from the city departments. School board, of course, had no comments, and Lake County Public Works had no comments. Under public responses, per Florida statute and City of Leesburg code requirements, project was legally advertised, posted, and letters were sent out to the surrounding property owners within 200 feet. The city did receive 2 responses to the ads and letters, one in support of the project and the applicants, and one recommending that the Planning Commission deny. And their reason for requesting the denial was noting that the existing view should be left as is. They were not complaining about having a flag, just for the record. Under the recommendation for case number VAR 25-714, by background, the proposed location is in the underlying public zoning district and is a public park owned by all Leesburg citizens. This land area with a natural shoreline curve, which provides an ideal local landmark space for a flagpole and flag, as well as any other memorial placements. In addition, the location may act as a safety marker for boaters, which could allow small craft to find safe landing areas. Within the city of Leesburg, the current maximum size for a flagpole is 60 feet, and for a flag is 10 by 10 feet. The variance is required to permit the increased size of the flagpole and flag. The Planning and Zoning Department is recommending approval of this request for the following reasons. One, the proposed request is to allow the construction of an 80-foot high flagpole and the installation of a 20-foot by 30-foot flag in the P Public Zoning District. Two, the proposed request would permit a variance from sections 25-181 to increase the height of the flagpole and the size of the flag as the requested sizes exceed the current maximum for both, as stated in section 25-424 parentheses F parentheses 2E, table 1. 3, the variance to the current public zoning does not create a negative impact or detriment to surrounding properties, the City of Leesburg Code of Ordinances, or the adopted comprehensive plan. The action requested is 1, vote to approve the staff's recommendation to allow a variance to section 25-424 parentheses F parentheses 2E, table 1, federal, state, and local flags, thereby allowing construction of the requested 80-foot high flagpole and installation of a 20-foot by 30-foot flag in the P Public Zoning District. That is all staff has at this point, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Is the applicant present?
I do not see them today. My apologies if they're not here. I'm not sure
Yes, sir. Okay.
what the issue is.
So of course, if they're not present, I guess we can close and then discuss it among the commissioners.
Unless there's any public here that wishes to speak.
Unless there's anyone here to speak. No. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, the only concern I have is that this is for an American flag. We don't want it to become a political issue that somebody wants to put a Palestinian flag out, or they want to put different things because the flag is there. So, and I think Dan trying to reinforce that by saying that this would come under military.
It's being brought forth by the boat club. I know some of them have military experience. Because it would be a flagpole in the public district. If there was any desire by the city or the citizens to add other memorials,
Right.
military or otherwise,
Yeah.
that would certainly be an option in the future. It's not what they're requesting today, but it certainly is something that could be looked at. As far as a memorial goes, I don't believe they would have to come back for any zoning on that. This is just a variance for the height of the flagpole and the size of the flag. But it would be certainly possible for memorials, and I'm thinking military, Air Force, Navy, Army, Marines, Coast Guard, anything like that, could certainly be added at the bottom.
Well, that's just my only concern. We're celebrating America with the American flag, and I just don't want it to become a political issue on any other avenue of display.
Yes, sir. Being on city property, I think the city would control
My-
what goes on it.
It's my main concern.
Okay.
Well, I think it's a good idea. It's a city property. We're in America. Let's be thankful they're here.
Amen.
Celebrate.
Yes, sir. Any further discussion?
The only concern I had was the same one that Ted had, but Dan kind of cleared that up. So.
Yeah.
And you said this would open it up, so they could put a memorial there in the future.
Actually, yes, sir. You could, if the city were working with any citizens or if the city chose to do so on its own, they could put a memorial there without any type of zoning at all, even now. The issue here is just the size of the pole and
Right,
size
the
of the
height
flag.
and the
Clearance
width.
on the height. is what it
Because
is.
it's publicly zoned and it is a park, the city could do that, on its own or in concert with other citizens. But what I'm thinking is, if you put a flag there, a lot of times you would want to put some other kind of memorial in the future, and that is
Right.
certainly an option that this commission would not even have to rule on.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Any further discussion among the commission? We're closing now, and I entertain a motion.
Go ahead, Johnny.
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we approve variance 25-714 for installing a flagpole height variance.
I'll second that motion.
Roll call vote.
Commissioner Kelly,
Yes.
Commissioner Barsaw,
Yes.
Commissioner Robertson,
Yes.
Commissioner Sanders,
Yes.
Commissioner Simeon.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, we'll move on to our next case, which is a public hearing. Case PUD-25-1285. Banning 2, Planned Unit Development. Mr. Miller?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This project consists of a rezoning only on a site consisting of 103.14 plus or minus undeveloped acres. It's generally located on the east side of County Road 48 and north of Austin Merritt Road. The request is for approval of a future development consisting of 294 single-family dwelling units. Under this request, the zoning application for the project is requesting a change from City of Leesburg Planned Unit Development to City of Leesburg Planned Unit Development with revised conditions. The current PUD on that property, I apologize, I forgot to bring it with me. I believe it allowed both single-family and townhomes, and this is a request strictly for for single-family uses. Senior Planner Max Van Allen will present the maps and photo exhibits, including the aerial zoning, future land use, surrounding land use, wetlands, flood zones, commission, and CRA maps.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. The extended aerial shows the subject property east of County Road 48 and north of North Austin Merritt Road. The aerial shows the site directly east of County Road 48 and west of Banning Ranch Avenue. The existing zoning is PUD, Planned Unit Development, and is surrounded by PUD to the east and south, and ARD, Age Restricted Development, to the west and south. The surrounding Lake County zoning is A, Agriculture, to the northwest and south. The proposed zoning is PUD, Planned Unit Development. The existing future land use is neighborhood mixed use and is surrounded by estate residential to the east, neighborhood mixed use to the south, and age-restricted development to the west and south. The surrounding Lake County future land use is rural to the northwest and south. Surrounding land uses include pasture-improved hay acreage to the west, north, and east, vacant to the south, non-agricultural acreage to the south, and residential to the west. The developments map shows the existing Banning Ranches phases 1 through 4 to the east, Blake's Ridge to the south, fifth generation / Renaissance to the south, and the villages to the west. There is some flood zone in the northeast corner of the property. There are also wetlands present in this same area. The subject property is located in Commission District 4. Signs were posted on October 10th, 2025. The top image is a close-up of the sign from County Road 48. The bottom image is looking north along County Road 48 from the subject property. The top image is looking east into the subject property from County Road 48. The bottom image is looking south along County Road 48 from the subject property. And finally, looking west across County Road 48 from the subject property. That's all I have, Mr. Miller.
Thank you, Ms. Van Allen. With that, we move to the departmental review summary. Project was sent out to all city departments plus Lake County Government and Lake County School Board for comments. There were no substantive comments brought back to us from the city departments. The project is outside of the city of Leesburg electric area. The school board did note that the project will be subject to a school board mitigation agreement. Those come through on these developments just about every time in order to for the developer to supply enough units, school stations, school desk stations, workstations for each child. That's a cash payment. Lake County Public Works, we have not received comments from Lake County Public Works on this project at this time unless they came in late and we missed them, and I don't think they did. Staff will note that the city of Leesburg does write its PUD zonings in a manner that supports the request of Lake County Public Works in regard to roadway upgrades, so that is, regardless of what they come back with, that issue is taken care of. And for the record, we do want to note that staff is continuously communicating with Lake County and FDOT on various projects. And should this proposal be approved, all the requirements of the appropriate agency, and in this case, that's Lake County, regarding turn lanes, intersection, lane improvements, additional right-of-way for roads and drainage, et cetera, they all apply like in every other PUD. Again, Leesburg's PUDs are written to support Lake County and FDOT in the matter of these requests. Under public responses, per Florida statute and City of Leesburg Code requirements, project was legally advertised, posted, and letters were sent out to surrounding property owners. The city did receive one response to the ads and letters, which was to formally express their opposition to the project. Their comments included concerns about water supply, pollution, and destruction of wildlife habitat, and increased traffic. Under the terms of the PUD agreement, this proposal consists of 294 single-family residential units on 103 plus or minus acres. No other uses are permitted. The site plan is designed in this one such that the exterior lots will be 60 feet wide with a 7,500 square foot lot size and a minimum house size of 1,700 feet. The internal lots will be 50 feet wide with a 6,250 square foot lot size and 1,600 square feet minimum home size. The project proposal includes the design standards, which are part of the city's ordinance section 25-360, which is the architectural standards. It includes selecting 5 design features for each building frontage to provide design relief on each home, and that's in the PUD. There are buffers provided all the way around the project. A minimum 35% of the property has to be in open space. Dark sky lighting and landscaping plan is required. Maximum building height will be 2 floors or 35 feet, which is consistent with what's in the area. The use of Bermuda and Bahia grass is required in place of St. Augustine. Under the site access, the access is shown on the site plan. One access point's all that's needed because it is a divided boulevard roadway. And the developer will be as we noted earlier, will be required to provide any and all expansions or upgrades to the entryways and roadways if needed and required by Lake County. Under recreation, 1.35 acres of park and recreational land is required. That's calculated by 200 square feet per unit, which is required in our code. This will include a swimming pool plus 2 more amenities, such as barbecue grills, play areas, ball courts, and picnic tables. This project, like all the other projects in the area, has to be on city water and wastewater, so there's no wells or septic on the property. There's sufficient capacity to serve the development at this time. Of course, capacity changes every day as it goes up and down in terms of how many users are on the system at any given time. Finally, there's the phasing or expiration clause, which requires that the development commence substantially within 48 months, or it does revert to the RE1 zoning district code requirements, which makes it 1 acre per unit. I also wanted to mention, Mr. Chairman, in regard, Diane, could we put up, please, the map that shows the developments? Is there one of those in the packet? I wanted to take a look at that one. Okay. As you can see, and of course I forgot my pointer today, where it says subject property, it's laid right on top of that. And what you see here is all of the approved developments that are in the area. This development will interconnect County Road 33 and County Road 48. All of the way this site plan is designed, and we'll show that in a moment, but the way the site plan is designed, you'll be able to enter or exit here and go all the way to 33 or vice versa. That's been kind of the plan all along. With the other developments, this is being Banning 5, and of course 1 through 4 being back to the east that connect all the way, the old Banning property, of course. So we want to bring that out, that this has the same, very close to the same density as the previous zoning, does not have the townhomes, has a better design, flows better, and has interconnectivity to the other subdivisions. So with that, I'd like to, thank you. I'd like to read the recommendation on this for case number PUD 25-1285, Banning 5 project. Planning and Zoning Department recommends approval of the request for the following reasons. 1, the proposed request for a PUD zoning is compatible with the current surrounding zoning districts, including Lake County A, Agricultural City PUD, and ARD, which is age-restricted development, and that's the villages back to the west. The proposed zoning is compatible with the existing future land use designation of neighborhood mixed use and the current surrounding future land use designations. The site is compatible with existing City of Leesburg approved developments along County Road 48. It's the same development you've seen going all the way from here back to 33 in the area. It's the same type and it fits in the same manner. The proposed request does not appear to create a detriment to the surrounding properties as conditioned in the PUD document. The action requested, therefore, is to vote to approve the proposed rezoning from City PUD Plan Unit Development to City PUD Plan Unit Development and forward this recommendation to the City Commission for their consideration. Therefore, Mr. Chairman, based on a review of this proposal and the fact that it is consistent with the city's comprehensive plan and land development regulations, staff is recommending for approval for this case, PUD 25-1285, Banning 5. I'd like to add that we have some folks here to represent this project tonight, Mr. Ben Snyder and Tony Iorio of Hanover Homes and Mr. Andrew McGowan of GAI are all here to speak with you any further on the project. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. Would one of you gentlemen like to come forward?
Thank you, sir.
And we've got a presentation.
Andrew McCown with GAI Consultants in Orlando. Our address is 618 East South Street, Orlando, Florida. And I'm here on behalf of the owner, Hanover Land Company, whose representatives are also here tonight. So we have a presentation for you here. Wanted to get into a little more detail. Thank you, Dan, for teeing me up so efficiently. And all right, so Banning Ranch Phase 5. And just zooming out even a little bit farther than we had before, you can kind of see where the site is. This doesn't seem to be working. Okay. So I'll point with my finger. So the site, as Dan noted, it's actually between County Road 48 and 33, and I'll show you how the plan to connect the road between those will actually go through the other Hanover-owned developments in that area. Yeah, it's not working. Can you go to the next slide, please? Thank you. So this is a close-in recent aerial of the site. You can see the uses surrounding. Next slide, please. So as Dan mentioned, this was a previously approved PUD, and unfortunately, this is the best. Oh, is it working now?
Never give me technology, even when I ask for it.
One more slide, please. So this is actually the best image we could get of the current site plan. But it was a previously approved PUD in 2008, and it did expire in 2010 because no activity commenced within that time period. It was 300 dwelling units, 148 of those were single-family homes, and 152 were townhomes. There was also 30,000 square feet of commercial that was approved as part of that PUD, and overall they had 2 acres of parks and recreation, which constituted 31.5% open space in total. Next slide. So with our proposed PUD amendment, we're reducing the number of proposed units by 6, so 300 down to 294, and all 294 of those will be single-family detached homes, no townhomes. We're also removing the commercial program from the PUD and increasing the overall amount of acres of parks and recreation space, and also the open space overall will increase to 41.6. Next. So as Dan mentioned, there is going to be an interconnection between all of the phases of Banning from east to west, County Road 33 to County Road 48. You can see the phases progress from east to west there, from 1 all the way through to 5 being on the farthest west. And the next slide will show you how that road actually aligns. That's the road that is proposed to go all the way through all of those projects. And Hanover does control all of those Banning projects, so there's no hindrance to this plan actually coming to fruition. Next. So looking close in on the project itself, we're proposing 2 phases, equally split between 147 units and 147 units. 50 lots will be, the 50-foot lots will be 241 maximum out of the total, and then no less than 53 60-foot lots. Next slide. So the amenity center will be kind of on the east end of the project as it transitions to the Phase 4 Banning project. The main entrance will be off of County Road 48 to the west. There's a connection proposed to the adjacent project, which I believe now is called Blake Ridge. And then the spine road, you see how it just kind of connects off to the east. That's where it will connect through to the next project. Next. So the stormwater has been pushed to the north to the greatest extent possible to help buffer against any future development that occurs on that northern property, which has come before the city several times and is currently tabled, as I understand. at the city commission, but we will be buffering against that property with our stormwater retention and also to the south a little bit. But where we do not have the stormwater ponds, we will have the landscape buffer. You see that's kind of on the southeast portion, and then along County Road 48 will be those buffers, totaling 5.2 acres just in buffers. The 2.5 acres of parks, and then other miscellaneous areas. The yellow area that you see is a preserved area that is also floodplain that's being preserved. And then you can see the 3 park areas that we've got just interspersed through the project. Next. So as far as traffic goes, there's a 70-30 split expected, with 70% going on to County Road 48 and 30% actually going to the east towards County Road 33. And that is primarily due to the fact that that's the best way to get to the turnpike going south, is to cross through that street over to 33 rather than going up and around. And next slide. So considering the peak hour traffic on 48, you can see the breakdown between the existing traffic in green, the Banning Ranch Phase 5, which is this project, in red. The orange column actually is all of the other approved projects, the other PDs that have come up, that have been approved on County Road 48. And actually just to make sure I'm getting all my facts straight, that actually also includes the Oak Ridge project, which is currently tabled, has not officially been approved yet, but that actually includes that in that count. So just to be overly cautious, we included that in the counts. And then blue will be the leftover available capacity by the year 2031 on County Road 48. Next slide. Oh, next slide. So also considering County Road 33, since there will be impacts to that, as we said, that 70-30 split between the 2 directions. The same colors apply here, the green being the existing traffic on 33, red being the contributions from just the Banning Phase 5, the orange being all the approved projects and PUDs on County Road 33, and then blue being the available capacity left over by the year 2031. And I believe that should be the last slide. Oh, no, we got one more animation there. All right, next slide, that's it. So if you have any questions, I'm here. Also, Hanover and the civil and the traffic engineer are all here to answer your questions. Yes.
I have a question. Who determines the available traffic, the blue? Who determines that?
He is not sworn in.
Good afternoon.
You're not sworn in?
No, not yet. I was in.
You'd be sworn in?
Yeah.
Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do, yes. Thank you. Good evening. I'm Saidi, traffic and mobility consultants. We're traffic engineers on the site on this project. So the way this is calculated is the actual capacity is determined by the county. So that's the fixed number. And then it gets filled up as existing traffic is what's out there today. And then we add to that the approved development strips that are not built. This is, by the way, the year 2031. So all the approved traffic that is from other projects added on top of the existing numbers that's out there today. And then we add on top of that the project traffic from the Phase 5 Banning, which is proposed development today. And then the balance, which is the maximum capacity determined by the county minus all the other volumes, the balance is the available capacity.
Define available traffic capacity.
So, for example, on 33, the capacity of the road is 900 vehicles per hour. That's how much the road can handle before the road fails, as in reaches maximum capacity. Capacity is like, that's the maximum level the road can handle before it begins to operate at a level service F. So 900 is the number. existing traffic, just to make it simple, let's say existing traffic was 300 cars on the road today in the peak hour, and then all approved projects are adding another 200, so that's 500. And then our project, this project is adding another 100, so that's 600. So we have 900 is the max, 600 is what's on the road, plus what will be on the road. The balance is 300. That's the available capacity to be used by future projects.
So what that says is that this project and the other ones that have been approved do not reach capacity
That is correct.
of existing roads?
That is correct.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
yes.
And just to add to that, your fundamental question about what is capacity, that is a defined amount. So the county defines that amount for us based on the conditions of each roadway. So everything kind of draws down from that defined amount.
Depending on what time of day.
Yeah, and this is the peak hour. So this would theoretically be the worst,
Right,
the
right.
worst
This is
point of the day.
It's the highest peak of the day, which is the PM
Correct.
peak.
I can see that.
Yeah.
So the existing traffic that's there and projected does not exceed the capacity of the existing roads?
That's correct. So the
Okay,
road today
thank you.
is not
Just wanted to
failing,
clarify that.
yes.
And it still won't, even with the projects that may get approved, or will you guys?
Correct, correct. That, the orange is all the other projects within the vicinity of this development that are adding trips to County Road 33. That's represented by the orange column.
And you said it's 900 cars per hour.
Yes, that's the capacity of the road, yeah.
Wow.
I didn't determine that.
I have a question,
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
You know, this 900 cars per hour, they have to go someplace. And most likely they're going to head north into Leesburg. That's just compounded so much more traffic coming on 27 into Leesburg. I have driven in, sometimes traffic is backed up to Lake Harris now. You know, I believe in Santa Claus because of my kids. But I cannot help but wonder, eventually, we have got to stop or slow down growth. And I understand that we're legally committed to a lot of this stuff. They've already been approved. But Santa Claus isn't real. And the traffic in Leesburg, especially coming from the south north, is, in my opinion, a couple of times a day at maximum capacity. So I understand you're just talking about 48 and its capacity, but 48 goes to 27 and 27 comes to Leesburg. And I just had to vent a little bit on that because it's really something we all have to consider. I mean, it's not the way we remember it anymore. And I've lived here since 1957. John was born here. We've seen an awful lot of changes, and a lot of it has been wonderful. But the growth situation when we're designated as the largest growing city in the United States, we need to do something about slowing that process down. And I personally, I needed to vent. So thank you for hearing me out. I know we would legally be in a problem of saying, no, we can't do this because we've already approved it before. So, you know.
It's expired.
Pardon?
But it's expired.
Yes, it expired. I understand that. I have enough. Anybody else want to add anything? I think I've expressed myself.
But it does look like the percentage that they're banning fire wouldn't really cause any big concern.
No, I think your plan is good.
Yeah.
The fact that you're connecting with 33,
In 48.
that's good. You know, I mean, that's a good plan. And I'm going to vote to approve it, but I'm not happy.
Any more questions from the commissions?
Yes. I do. I've got some questions. Provided this project goes forward, you've got 294 single-family homes, and I heard one swimming pool and 2.5 acres of parks. I see 2 little parks and then a little building where I guess a swimming pool would be. It's off the edge amenity center.
Yes, sir. That's a clubhouse pool type area.
Okay, these 2 parks and 294 homes. And then you say there's 41% of space. Well, they're all retention ponds. I think the property is dense, too dense for the, and I don't see the traffic, the density, the small parks, the one pool for 294 families. I think it has to be opened up a little bit more on the land that you have for people to go instead of getting out on the roads and looking for a park to go somewhere. So basically, I think the project is dense, and I think the 41% open area is false because retention ponds are not, you know, something that people can use, not even to fish. That's all.
So the current code, and I know this doesn't make anybody feel any better, the code allows you to count the stormwater ponds in the open space. So that's, the percentage is what the percentage is because that's what the code allows us to do.
Yeah, well, when you figure the acreage per house, it sounds a lot, but you're adding in retention ponds, which are useless, other than retaining water in case of hurricanes and excess rain, et cetera. I think if some of the homes, I've got no objection on the size of the lots and the sizes of the homes, that's nice. But you need more open area, usable open area. And if you, it's too dense.
Any more questions from the commissioners?
I have a question for staff, Dan.
Yes, sir.
The property, I believe it's to the north, there was concern on that property, I believe, because of the road improvement responsibility on 48. Is it the other property that's to the north of this? It was tabled or waited until further discussion with the county who'll be responsible for improvements? The 48's a very narrow road.
Yes, there was discussions going back and forth between the city and county regarding who would be responsible. Right now, it's a county road, and the county was asking the city to take over the road.
Okay.
And that is not clearly called out in the ISBA, the Interlocal Service Boundary Area Agreement, which is why the city, at this point, to the best of my knowledge, is not willing to take that road. But it is a county road, and each developer that comes in is required by statute, by law, to improve their portion of that road. Now that,
right,
you know, as you all know, that usually means widening of the road, extra right-of-way for retention, widening the road, adding shoulders, doing turn lanes, and things of that nature that keep it from clogging up. But yes, it does. I mean, that is fact. Every time you add a house, no matter if it's one house on a street or 1,000 houses in a subdivision, it does add to the traffic. I do know that there is work going on and planning going on for some improvements at the intersection of 33 and 48-470. And that is being funded by some of these same developers, as a matter of fact, who are working on that. So it is a tough call. Staff likes it because it creates that connection between 48 and 33 and doesn't throw all the traffic out there. So you do have a path all the way through from 48 to 33. And we think that's an important part. You know, the commission obviously can do whatever it likes. Staff does like the project based on what it does for the transportation network connections as one of the reasons we do like it. And it's the same as what has been approved previously along this area.
Yeah, that was back in 2008, I believe, or expired in 2008.
It expired in, I think, 2010, and the other zoning was like 2008 or something. I don't remember the specifics on that. And but this removes the townhouses and makes it all single family.
Right, but the density's within
Same.
six of the same.
Yeah.
But regardless, you're going to split traffic on two roads, that's true, but you're going to increase traffic on each one of those roads.
True.
And may I say that 2010, and this is 2025, how much traffic has increased in those 15 years? And the project is going to be done in 31, did I see? How many, another 6 years, how much more traffic is it going to be? So, that's all.
Yes, sir. No more questions from the commissioner for the applicant?
Chairman, I have one other thing I want to add. Ben just came up and reminded me that in our initial application for the lot sizes, we had proposed a lot depth of 115 feet, and we noticed in the sample ordinance that the lot size was increased, the lot depth was increased to 125. And so with your permission, we would like to knock that at least back down to 120 for the flexibility that provides. 125 is not a typical lot depth. 120 would be much more typical, even though we were requesting 115. That was just something that we noted from the draft ordinance. And that was all.
Thank you, sir. Are there anyone from the public who'd like to come forward making the comments? If not, we'll close it to the public and we'll discuss it among the commissioners.
Welcome to the Planning and Zoning Commission.
I agree with you. It's too much traffic, too dense.
Well, it is, but you know, we're up against a rock and a hard place.
It's been approved, but it was approved 15 years ago.
Yeah. A lot's happened out there in the last 15 years.
Right.
There's a lot more homes.
I'm not against the project, but what I'm saying is if they take away some of these houses and put in more open space for the people to use. One pool,
Yeah.
294 homes.
Well, some of the homes can have their own pool as well.
Again, I don't see any place here for guests parking. Where do they park? How many? I don't see a
Well, not either.
elevation for houses and like how big is the driveway if you have
Right.
a guest home? Where do they park? I don't see any spaces for guest parking or anything like that.
Maybe they could address that.
Andrew McCown with GAI Consultants. So for the amenity center specifically, you can see that there is a parking area just shown. That's just that's just a placeholder graphic, but that would be a typical design for an amenity center. And then the roads are typically wide enough for on-street parking. The cars will be, I believe they're all two-car garages. So all of the garages would be two-car garages, and the driveways would be, the sufficient width for that. And the 50 and 60-foot lots are more than wide enough to accommodate cars in the garage and in the driveway. And overall, the project will abide by all the standard parking requirements of the city, including guest parking. Showing every single guest parking spot at a PUD is not something typically that we would do, but definitely we would be abiding by all the minimum standards.
Just, if I may, Mr. Chairman, just for clarification, the front setbacks on these projects are 25 feet. So notwithstanding that people put things in their garage, we all know that.
Right.
But the point in being that 2 cars in the garage and 2 cars in the driveway gives you 4. And again, my own garage is full. I get
In a
it.
perfect world.
In a perfect world.
Yeah.
But that's the design. That's correct.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Any more discussion among the commissioners? If not, I would entertain a motion.
Go ahead, Donnie, I know you're talking about.
I'll make a motion that we deny the project as it stands on
I second that.
PUD 251285.
I second it.
Yes. Roll call vote.
Commissioner Bowersox?
Yes.
Commissioner Robertson?
Yes.
Commissioner Sanders?
I'm saying not to cancel, so I'm saying no.
Commissioner Simeone?
No.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
Wait a minute. You're wanting to say yes to your
You
motion.
made the motion to deny.
Deny, yeah.
Deny, you
Oh,
want-
yes. Yes, I want to deny.
Commissioner O'Kelly?
Yes.
Right. Thank you. Is there anything need to be discussed, Dan?
Yes, sir. I have some announcements, if I may, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
So, for the past couple of months, at the end of the meeting, we would announce, we're taking applications for new members to the Planning Commission. Again, I just wanted to say welcome to the Planning Commission, Mr. Sean Robertson. We're happy you're here. Let's see, and our next openings, potential openings, occur in 2026. Mr. Sennett's term expires in 2026, and Mr. Simeone and Mr. Ackerman. So that will be a full 3 years for all 3 of those terms. So we will be advising everyone to reapply at that time. I wanted to mention that staff has been looking for a new staff planner for several months, and on Monday we will have a new one. Mr. Melchizedek Ortiz, or as he's going to be called, Mel, Mel Ortiz, will start on Monday, so next month we'll introduce you to him. He's brand new, so we get to train him.
Break him in.
Yes, sir. Thank you. That's exactly right.
His first
And-
job is this?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And he has
Where did he go to school to learn all this?
University of Houston
Okay.
in Houston, Texas, and he has a master's degree in planning. And then finally, and so we're excited about him coming Monday. We may get to see him tomorrow. I think we talked to him today. And then finally, staff is working on some new binders for the Planning Commission. I don't know if all of you remember, you received a 3-ring binder when you first came on the Planning Commission, and we want to update those, but we'd like to pass them all out to everyone who's on the commission now, so everyone always has the same information. And with that, that's all staff has. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
Do we get to pick the color of the binder?
No, sir.
Pink is not available.
Hot pink for everyone.
Oh, come on.
If there's no questions, anything from the commissioner, meeting adjourned.
I think that was a sexist remark.